Khabib Nurmagomedov believes Kamaru Usman won't be the same after his loss to Leon Edwards. Last Saturday, the Nigerian Nightmare's reign of terror ended after his rematch with Leon Edwards for the UFC welterweight title. Unfortunately, Kamaru Usman learned the hard way that time at the top is limited. Unless you're Khabib Nurmagomedov, the top Russian fighter who retired undefeated with a 29-0 record. After seeing the result, the Eagle worries that it will be difficult for his friend Usman to return like fans are used to seeing him. "I'm aware that the trilogy is already in the works," Khabib said. "I believe he can beat Leon Edwards. But after such a knockout, a lot of people don't recover. It will be interesting to see, but I would love to see the trilogy. They are 1-1.
Как я знаю, уже работает над трилогией. Он может выиграть Леона Эдвардса, я считаю. Но после такого нокаута очень многие не восстанавливаются. Интересно будет посмотреть, но я бы с удовольствием посмотрел бы третий бой. У них 1-1.
UFC 279 Seat and Destroyed promo released with Khamzat Chimaev and Nate Diaz. The UFC released the official promo video for the welterweight UFC 279 headliner after airing it during the pay-per-view broadcast for this past Saturday's UFC 278. The fight marks the final fight on Diaz's UFC contract. Although his future in the UFC is in doubt, some speculate that Diaz could pursue new opportunities in boxing and jiu-jitsu and even promote fights. His fight against Khamzat Chimaev could be one of his career's toughest challenges and require the legend's full effort to pull off the victory. Most betting odds are in Chimaev's favor, and the public believes Diaz has no chance of winning. So it will remain to be seen if Nate can shut the mouths of his haters and prove that he still has a lot to give. UFC 279 will take place on September 10th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas and will air live on ESPN+. Conor McGregor has mocked Khabib Nurmagomedov's gym after Jose Aldo's loss to Merab Dvalishvili. Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov have repeatedly been outspoken about their dislike for each other. Recently, the UFC legend wrote on social media, Tuesday mornings at the American Kickboxing Academy, in an apparent dig at his bitter rival Nurmagomedov. The Irish fighter insisted that he meant no offense to Dvalishvili, but believed that officials should do more to ensure that fighters actually fight while inside the octagon. Leaned his way to victory. Refs need to separate stale positions quicker, especially if happening repeatedly. Earlier each time. Finally, McGregor said, "It's fighting, guys." Not saying anything on Merab, he done what he had to win the match. The ref should separate though to potentially get a real finish. Conor McGregor will not fight until 2023. Conor has been away from the octagon after breaking his leg in his fight against Dustin Poirier at UFC 264. Half of the combat sports community has called him out during his time away from the cage, including Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather, Nate Diaz, and more fighters. According to his trainer, fights are not coming soon because the Irishman's leg is still healing. But he is training like a madman twice a day, so we can see him back in 2023. The Rock Dwayne Johnson believes Molly McCann will become the new UFC champ. One of The Rock's favorite finishes during his time as a WWE wrestler was the People's Elbow, a prodded elbow to a downed opponent on the line. While Molly McCann hasn't exactly been using that move, she has been using her right elbow to shred her opponents in UFC. After Molly tweeted, "Excuse me, Mr. Rock, but can I keep borrowing the People's Elbow? It's doing me bits." Dwayne Johnson quickly replied, "From the electrifying People's Elbow to the devastating People's Meatbow, it's all yours. Keep kicking ass and having fun, champ. Much respect, Mr. Rock." Dwayne Johnson is a huge UFC fan and has openly shown his support for Molly, who he believes could become the next champion. However, it remains to be seen if Molly can live up to the expectations of her #1 fan. White raises doubt about Jon Jones' UFC 282 status. UFC President Dana White remains hesitant about bringing Jon Jones back to Las Vegas following Jones' recent tease of a return at UFC 282 on December 10th. Jones has been out for over 2 years since vacating the light heavyweight title following his controversial win over Dominick Reyes, and he's been spending that time putting on weight and gaining muscle mass. However, he has yet to have a fight formally declared or close to being finalized. In addition, Jones' recent legal troubles on charges of domestic violence and vehicle tampering have made Jones' reputation look bad for the company's image. Jones appears to be close to making his highly anticipated heavyweight debut, and he has hinted that his return could come at UFC 282 against former champion Stipe Miocic. But his tendency to get into trouble outside the cage makes it difficult for White to bring him back to Las Vegas.
Dana, you said in Vegas, fighters have to deal with Vegas.
Yeah.
Is there any hesitance in bringing Jon Jones back to Vegas?
That's funny. Yeah, there's a little. Yeah, there's a little. Probably bring him to New York.
This is all for today, folks. If you want to know the latest UFC news, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and click the like button so you don't miss any details about the upcoming fights. Thanks for watching. See you soon.